Welcome into Sportsnite. My name is Austin Bryan alongside Jerry Goosenberg and Justin Zach. And today we're here to bring you the baseball brackets. So we're bringing you postseason playoff baseball. We're going to start off with the NL wildcard, which actually already took place. Just give me your opinions. What do you think? Justin, you go ahead, man.
So it was a crazy game. The Brewers were up all game, and in the 8th, Juan Soto hit a 3-run single, and the Nationals were able to capitalize. And I'm honestly really happy about that because I think they have a lot of potential in the playoffs this year with their great pitching behind Scherzer, Strasburg, and Corbin, and really exciting finish and good start to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, so you've been hearing it all the past 3 or 4 weeks ever since Christian Yelich came out. How are the Brewers continuing to win games? How can they do it without Yelich? And it kind of showed last night. Ball gets hit to right field. Trent Grisham's playing there instead of Yelich. Ball gets by him. He also went 0 for 3 in the game. So if Yelich was playing, maybe it could have been a different outcome on that one.
Small sample size.
Happens, but we're gonna look to the AL wild card series, and Justin, you're gonna break that down for me, I hear.
Okay, so it's the Rays at the Athletics, and I've got to go with the A's here. So Charlie Morton has had a great season, but I saw a statistic that his ERA is a full point higher on the road. That is a lot for concern. Sean Manaea has been unhittable since coming back. He has a 1.5 ERA and 5 starts since injury. They also have relief pitchers Jesus Luzardo and Liam Hendricks, both sub-2 ERAs. And Tampa happens to struggle more against lefties. And as well, A's have hit over 250 home runs this year behind Semien, Olsen, and Mark Hanna. The 4th best home record in baseball. And they also have experience. 3 wild card appearances in the past 6 seasons. I like the A's.
All right, but we got to move it on. We're going to our ALDS. Justin, how's this going to play out?
Okay, so I'll go with my team, the Yankees. Unbiased pick here. Very similar teams, the Twins and the Yankees. It's going to be a slugfest. It was an arms race this year for the most home runs. In fact, the Twins set the record for MLB history with 307 in the season. Yankees, 306, one behind. Now the difference maker, the Yankees' ability to shorten the game with their bullpen. They have 3 lockdown relievers. Chapman, who cruised through August with a .59 ERA, Adam Ottavino and Britton, sub-2 ERAs, and Domingo Germán, who's moving to the bullpen, probably the Yankees' best starter throughout the year. Lastly, the Yankees own the Twins. They're 13-2 in the last 15 playoff matchups. I got the Yankees taking them in 5. All right, the A's and the Astros. I think the Astros are just flat out better. They have the best record in the league, the best home record, the 2nd best ERA, led by 3 aces in Verlander and Cole, who are Cy Young candidates, and the addition of Greinke, which just puts them over the edge. The A's rely heavily on hitting home runs, but the thing is, their on-base percentage is just average. And not to mention, the Astros starters produce 44% ground ball rate. And also, their lineup features 5 all-stars. I think the Astros are going to take them in 4.
Hey, I love that. I'm a huge Astros fan only because of Verlander, Detroit first. But moving on, Jerry, you're going to tell me about the AL?
NLDS.
I'll admit, I always get them confused.
And I think it's going to be 2 great series here. The first one being the Dodgers and the Nationals. And these are both, in my opinion, 2 of the 4 best teams in Major League Baseball and the 2 best teams in the National League. Unfortunately, they have to play each other in the first round. I'm going to pick the Dodgers just because they both have strengths, but I think the Dodgers have a little bit more of a strength than the Nats do. When it comes to pitching, the Dodgers have 3 of the best starters in the MLB. You got Hyunjin Ryu, probably the Cy Young frontrunner. You're talking about Walker Buehler, who will be up there in the Cy Young race and could be a frontrunner for years to come. Clayton Kershaw, who's been that guy for the past 12 years. It's his first year actually as an ERA of 3.03 this year. His very first time since his rookie year having an ERA above 3. That's just incredible at how great Clayton Kershaw's been throughout his career. And when it comes to hitting, you got Cody Bellinger, leads all of baseball in WAR with 9. He's their star, obviously. You got Max Muncy, who actually swings at the fewest amount of pitches outside the strike zone, in addition to having 35 home runs for the 2nd year, coming really out of nowhere. You got Corey Seager, who may have missed some time this year. May seems like he hasn't had a great year, but he had 87 RBIs actually in a limited time. That averages, if he would have played a full season, well over 100 for the year. And then when it comes to the bullpen, it may seem like the bullpen is not their strong suit, but they went out, they got Adam Kolarek, who in his 26 games he's had since he's come over from the Rays to the Dodgers, 1 earned run, and put that in addition to Kenta Maeda, Julio Urias, Ross Stripling, Pedro Baez, most of the guys that usually start, now you can put them in the bullpen. Dodgers are looking great here. I think the problem with the Nats is, yeah, you have some great talent in Rendon and Soto. You got 3 strong starters in Scherzer, Corbin, and Strasburg. But at the end of the day, you only have 2 relievers that you can really trust. Sean Doolittle obviously is one of them. Daniel Hudson hasn't given up a run in September. But I think besides that, you just don't know where to turn from there. So I picked Dodgers, great series, Dodgers in 5. The Cardinals and the Braves, which I'll keep it quick here. I think that they both will get clobbered by the Dodgers or the Nationals. But Cardinals have a bunch of players who used to be great. They're still having good years, not great. We're talking Yadier Molina, Paul Goldschmidt, Marcelo Zuna, Matt Carpenter, just to name a few. And the Braves obviously have a bunch of stars as well. You got Freddie Freeman, you got Ronald Acuna Jr., you got Ozzie Albies. But I think at the end of the day, what separates them is that the Cardinals have what the Braves just don't have, and that is an incredible starting pitcher. You're talking Jack Flaherty. 0.91 ERA since the All-Star break. That is tops in all of baseball. He's the Cy Young candidate of the second half, or the Cy Young winner of the second half. And I think that really separates them, in addition to having a bullpen led by Carlos Martinez, who's filled in admirably for Jordan Hicks when he went down. And the Braves, yeah, they went out and they got bullpen pieces, but nothing really compares to what the Cardinals have. So I think that the Cardinals, they've somehow managed 91 wins with their lineup this year, and they just have a better pitching staff than the Braves do.
Justin, back to you for the ALCS. How do you think that's going to play out?
Yeah, so it's going to be the Yankees and the Astros. Both super talented teams. You know, I'd say the Astros have the edge in starting pitching. I'll give it to them. Like I said, 3 aces that they have. But the Yankees starters have risen up down the stretch. There's been a resurgence from James Paxton, looking like the ace that they originally traded for at the start of the season. And the addition of Luis Severino, who's gone back to midseason form right from the get-go. And Tanaka notoriously has been a great playoff pitcher, so I'm not worried about him. Now, the Yankees have a deeper lineup and a deeper bullpen, and their depth is what has carried them throughout the entire season, the next man up policy. Now, it's a best-of-7 series, and I can see the Yankees digging into the Stros pitching staff and exploiting their fatal flaw, the bullpen. The Stros have struggled closing games. Roberto Ozuna, their closer, his ERA blew up to over 5 in the month of August, and he had a horrible July. Aaron Boone, now experienced, he knows when to pull these starters now when in trouble. And I think experience and the fact that the Yankees lineup has gotten better and the return of their pitchers can propel them over the Astros in the series. Give me the Yankees.
Being the Dodgers versus the Cardinals, I got to pick the Dodgers here just because they are better in almost every single aspect. I detailed it before. Starting pitching, they kill it. Relief pitching, yeah, it's not their strong suit, but they can take their starters and they can put them in the bullpen. They have so much star power, both on the starting lineup and even off the bench. They got people like Kike Hernandez and Chris Taylor, and Cardinals can't compete anyway. I do think, however, the Cardinals will steal 1 or 2 games just because they have Jack Flaherty, who is the best pitcher in baseball right now. So I say Dodgers win in 5 if Flaherty pitches 1 game in the series. They win in 6 if Flaherty pitches 2 games in the series. But regardless, I'm taking Dodgers in the World Series.
Hey, that's the way to go. You kind of just answered our last question for us right there then, but that we were going to ask who's going to win the World Series. So if you take Dodgers all the way, even if it's not any division, anything you can take.
I mean, so I'm going to take the Dodgers, and I'll tell you why. I think if it was maybe 1 or 2 games, I'd probably have to go with the Yankees just because the Yankees have a bullpen that is unmatched by any. They have 4 elite arms. But as we've seen in previous years, bullpen guys get so tired, especially when they have to pitch so many innings. And we've seen that. We see that all the time. And so I think that, especially with the Yankees and their starting rotation, good, not great, over the course of the next month, we're going to see the Yankees bullpen get a little bit tired. And guess what? The Dodgers may not have those power arms. What they do have is guys who are used to being starting pitchers. When you have guys used to being starting pitchers, they can go for longer. We saw it last year with the Dodgers with Julio Urias in the game against the Red Sox, game 3, I believe, when he threw, it was like 6 innings out of the bullpen. The Dodgers ended up winning that one on a Max Muncy home run in the 18th inning. But the idea here is when it gets deeper into the World Series, you want guys that can go longer. Dodgers have those starters turned bullpen guys. The Yankees don't. I think the Dodgers can prolong their season and therefore win just because of that.
Hey, that's, you know what? I can't argue. You got a lot going. The only thing, and this is terrible, but the only thing preventing me from ever picking the Dodgers is their history of being in the World Series. They should honestly be called the World Series Dodgers because they dodged their chance to win every time. I've seen them there since I've been alive.
If they don't win this year and make it to the World Series, they're going to be a 30 for 30 on the fact that they've won their division, 8 years in a row now?
It's ridiculous.
And they can't seem to pull off. It's crazy.
All right, but we got to hear who Justin thinks they'll be playing and who they'll be losing to. So, Justin, take it home, man.
Okay, so I think the Yankees are going to do it. I think we've been waiting for a while now, since 2009. The Dodgers have one similarity to the Astros. They also lack consistency in their bullpen. Kenley Jansen said it himself. This has been the most frustrating season of his career. He posted a career-worst 3.77 ERA. And Joe Kelly, he's been good at times, but he's also been terrible at times, very inconsistent. Now, the Yankees lineup, they got even better from last season. They gained even more power, and now they hit for average, too. In fact, DJ LeMahieu finished second in average in the AL, hitting .327, and the surprise emergence of Gio Urshela, who hit .314. Great moves by Brian Cashman. Gleyber Torres broke out this season for 38 home runs, and they also acquired the Parrot, Encarnacion, who's also very scary at the dish. I say that the Yankees are able to knock the Dodgers starters out of the game and capitalize against their vulnerable bullpen. Clayton Kershaw has been known for choking the playoffs a little bit. I don't know if I trust Ryu yet. Aaron Boone's Savages in the box are taking it home. New York, baby.
There you go. We have it. We got LA. We got New York. We got a lot going on. But next time when we come back, we're going to keep you updated, see who moved on, see who was right, see who was wrong. Catch you next time. Thank you for watching Sportsnite, and good night.